Hey guys, I'm on my lunch break, and I'm going to show y'all what I'm going to make for lunch today. I'm going to make a burrito with some leftover taco chicken that I made last week. Don't judge me, I eat leftovers for a long time, okay? So I have these whole wheat tortillas, and I'm going to get a paper plate. So something that you can actually do with these is you can make like a whole bunch of them at one time. Like honestly, I might do that later, not in this video because it takes a while. But what you can do is you can stuff all these tortilla shells with your chicken and your beef and all your ingredients, roll up in a burrito, wrap it in a aluminum foil, and stick them in the freezer. And that way you can just pop them in the microwave. Obviously take the aluminum foil off first, but just pop them in the microwave and you can take them on the go. That is something I do quite often, is I make on-the-go burritos with the chicken recipe, the beef recipe, and I also have a breakfast burrito that I do where I just stuff it with eggs, cheese, and Canadian bacon. And it's like the best thing ever. I just take it on the go. It has all your carbs, your proteins, your fats in it that you need for the day. Bam, you got breakfast in a freaking to-go burrito. So I freaking love these tortillas, and that's why they're almost gone. But I think after I make this one, I'm going to make a few more and stick it in the freezer for lunch tomorrow and the rest of the week. So, first things first, I got my taco chicken. If you didn't see my video on this, I put Mrs. Dash taco seasoning and some chicken together, and that's literally it. Those are the two ingredients, and you got chicken tacos, or chicken taco filling. So I'm getting a fork and my measuring plate, a scale. It's called a measuring scale. I keep calling it a measuring plate, but whatever, the scale. And I'm going to measure out how much chicken I'm putting on here, just so that I know. I want to get at least like 3 ounces, maybe 4 in there. If I have enough. This might only be enough for one. Alright, so that's about 3 ounces. I might do a little bit less so I can make this 2. So I'm going to do 2.5 ounces of chicken because I want to make another one. So I'm going to add my chicken on my tortilla shell, and then I'm going to add my cheese. I'm out of my cheddar cheese, so I'm just using mozzarella cheese because to me all cheese is delicious. So I don't have a preference when it comes to cheese because I like it all. But I usually do cheddar cheese with the you know, the taco vibe. But this is the fat-free mozzarella. I get this from Publix. It has 45 calories in it, 0 grams of fat, and 9 grams of protein. So very good cheese. Yes, it's Kraft, so it's probably processed, because it's not like straight up like, you know, Italian made mozzarella cheese. But the ingredients really aren't that bad. Non-fat mozzarella cheese, skim milk, cheese culture salt, yeast, artificial color, okay, enzymes, modified cornstarch to prevent caking, and then something else called a natural mold inhibitor, so something to prevent mold. So it's really not that bad on the ingredients list. It's only a few things. Again, if you wanted to be super healthy, you could just go buy some like original mozzarella cheese, like some fresh mozzarella cheese. But I like this one because it's fat-free, so it helps me keep my macros in check. Anyways, so I'm going to do 1/2 ounce of the mozzarella cheese, and I'm going to plug this into my FitnessPal in a bit, so I have to like remember these numbers. So I have 2.5 ounces of chicken, 1/2 ounce of the mozzarella cheese, and now I'm going to pop it in the microwave and heat it up. Actually, I also have this plant-based cauliflower dip. I got this one from Kroger, but I do believe Publix has it as well. This one is spicy queso style, so I'm actually going to pour a little bit of this on there, like a tablespoon, before I put it in the microwave so it'll all melt together. The serving size on this is actually 2 tablespoons, but I'm only going to use 1. Because don't need that much for your burrito here. And I'm just kind of estimating what a tablespoon is. I do this like all the time, so I kind of know what a tablespoon looks like. But if you don't know what a tablespoon looks like, definitely use a measuring spoon to measure it out. All right, now let's go into the microwave. And I'm just gonna heat this bad boy up for about 35 seconds. I'm gonna put my cheese up. Well, actually, I'm gonna make another one for tomorrow. So let me get my, while that one's cooking, might as well wrap one up for tomorrow. So I can use the rest of this chicken. So if I was gonna put this in the freezer, I would just get a piece of an aluminum foil, get my soft shell taco here, my tortilla, the whole wheat ones, and I'm gonna measure out my chicken again. It should also be about 2.5 ounces. So let's see what we get here. Well, it's actually a little bit less. It's actually 2 ounces, but that's okay. It'll still work. Okay. So I'm just gonna add the same things. That's like, I'm not gonna heat it up. I'm gonna roll this up and put it in the freezer, and I'll heat it up tomorrow. On it. Just put my spoon in the sink. Fail. Gotta get another spoon. Alright, so I'm just making one here for tomorrow. Alright, so after we heat up, let me go get the one out the microwave. After we heat up our taco, look at that, nice burrito with the cheese, the chicken, and the queso. I'm also gonna add a little bit of the light sour cream, some 95% avocado guacamole. This is called Carbo Fresh. It's the guacamole I recommend, only has 50 calories. I get this from Kroger also, in the like lettuce area, like where the vegetables are, produce department. So I'm gonna put some of this on it. Again, I'm only gonna do about a tablespoon of each of these things. And I'm also gonna put it on the one that I'm gonna wrap up for tomorrow. And I'm gonna add my guacamole. Only gonna do about a tablespoon of this as well. Again, if you're not sure what a tablespoon looks like, go ahead and measure it out. Typically, I'm usually a little bit under a tablespoon when I don't measure. So I'm okay with being under as long as it's not over. Alright, got my guacamole on there. Next, I'm going to add some salsa. In just a second. Get my lid. Alright, so I also have this hot salsa. I also got this from the produce department with the vegetables. So this was made fresh in the deli or in the produce, wherever they make the salsa at. And this one is the hot salsa. So it's gonna add a little spice to it. So I'm just gonna put just a dab on there. You don't need a whole lot. Just a dab on my tomorrow one too. I also put on a tomato, but since I have the salsa, I don't think I'm gonna put the tomato on it because the more stuff you put on it, the harder it is to wrap. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Put my tomato back. All right, so I'm gonna wrap my overnight one first. So this is like the tricky part because like these wraps aren't very big, so they're super hard to wrap. So I'm gonna do the best I can here. I'll bring you guys a little bit closer so you can see my efforts. So you want to wrap in just a little bit on the sides first, and then you take a big swoop over. Keep those sides tucked in, and then wrap it in tight. You are probably going to get stuff all over your fingers, but that's okay. That's not a bad one. It's a pretty good wrap. And then I just wrap it up. I gotta wash my hands. And then I'm just gonna wrap it up in my aluminum and stick it in the fridge for tomorrow. And I am good to go. I got an easy on the go thing. This is great if you're busy like me and you work all the time and you only have an hour lunch break. These are great. All right, so I got one in the freezer for tomorrow. Oh, I'm also gonna label this because like if I make beef and breakfast ones later, it helps to label them so you know that this is chicken. So I'm just gonna put a CK on there so I know it's chicken. And it's gonna go in the freezer. Bada bing, bada boom. My ice cream's falling. Okay. Got a lot of stuff in there. All right, now I'm going to attempt to wrap the one I'm eating today. You gotta be careful with how long you microwave your tortilla for, because if you microwave it a little too long, it'll get kind of hard. But this one was perfect. That was a good wrap. All right, so it did kind of squirt out the sides a little, but that's okay because I'm gonna eat the whole thing anyway, right? So that's it, guys. That's my my burrito. I'm going to be eating in a little bit. Like I said, it squirted a little out the sides, but that's what it looks like. So yeah, I'm gonna go eat my lunch now. Bye, guys. Have a good one.